I'm not gonna tell you what's happening. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. But that opening musical number had me thinking all these people were winning, man. I was like, oh shit.
They're bringing it.
Oh, nothing but going up from here. They opened it up in a way where everything was so nice and positive and everybody was on top. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. So times are very different from when I went to prom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You went to your prom?
I did, didn't want to go. Mama made me go.
Yeah.
I had to ask some chick and she was cool. You can see my prom picture at the house. Let me cut my Kyle Brooks down. You're getting wild now. Now you can see my picture at the house. You know, it's a cool girl, man, good looking girl and everything. But I didn't care about prom. Like I was in that state of mind where it's like I wasn't, you know, when I was coming up in high school, not very popular, but started to be a lot more well known and came into my own when I was like 18. But the thing about being an outsider for a long time is like by the time you do start making friends and dating and shit, you see the bullshit for what it is.
Sure.
Things are a lot different today because I had to get a date at the last minute. Unfortunately, the girl, she didn't turn me down and shit. You know, she said, yeah, let's go. Good. You know, I probably would have had an easier time just asking a dude. You know, I ain't even.
I probably not. That was a very homophobic time back then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't do it, but if it was that time, I'd be like, it would have been much easier if I'd been like if you and I were in high school together.
Okay.
You know, hey man, no homo, but you want to go to prom with me, man? Just boys. Let's just go hang, man.
I don't trust that.
Putting roofies in your fucking punch.
I'm looking at you putting the roofie in the drink.
Oh shit, well drink it.
I'm gonna drink it, but no funny business.
Shit, you can leave the hat on. Now today we could actually go to prom and each other if we wanted to because today they're more tolerant.
Yeah, it's what's expected.
It's all inclusive dates and relationships and whatever combos you got for prom. Now you know you got to be open minded.
Yeah,
and that is what this thing is about right here. We have prom, which is based on the prom, not just any prom, the prom, based on a musical that came out in 2016, Broadway musical by Chad Bagulin and Bob Martin. This deals with, if you see with these lovely ladies right here holding hands, they had to fight for that right to do that at the prom because that's what this deals with. Deals with a young girl who, 17 years old, already knows she's like, shit, man, look, I ain't going through that confused shit.
Am I? I don't know, but I am.
No. She straight up says, shit, I like pussy. I know what I want, and I already got my chick right here, ready to go to prom. Except this is in a very conservative
small town in Indiana,
and they said, you know what, those values don't apply here.
They would rather shut the whole thing down than to have this one girl attend their prom.
Shit, they about to burn that goddamn school down just keep that girl from going to prom with another girl. You have a bunch of has-been actors who are
Broadway to the rescue.
They're getting drunk. They don't know what to do with themselves. Show just got slammed. I'm unemployed. I'm back in the chorus line. Don't nobody even see my ass. You know, now all they thinking, well, shit, man, what can we do to like make news for ourselves? Well, we can go to prom and help this chick try to like help her cause or get her going. You know, make the world aware that this town is very homophobic, and
boost our own rating.
And that's what they're saying. And like, you know, like,
I mean, if she gets help, that's cool, but
that bitch, but that would actually be really good for us. Boy, can't you see the publicity? Washed up losers helps lesbian teenager go to prom. Headlines everywhere. Boy, oh man, how come we ain't bigger, man? We so smart.
I can't wait for the reviews.
And that is what they do. They decide to go to this small town.
Bum rush the town.
And they say, you know what? What's going to happen here is like, how can he turn this down? Not only we celebrities, washed up celebrities, but How can they turn us down? We get there, we also bust out into spontaneous song and dance. Oh, people brave. They pay $500 a seat for this shit right here. We bringing it to your town for free. If you just let this little homo girl go to her prom. Does it work? Can they see past the facade of these narcissists just doing it for themselves? Will the prom actually happen? Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer.
I just want to go to prom like any other kid.
All opposed.
Damn.
I know we all have stories to tell.
Everybody! Shit, people put up both hands. Like they would do a YMCA.
Anybody in the audience knows this won't affect them whatsoever, but still has a problem with it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Shit,
just checking.
There was even gay people in the audience like, man, look, you know why we doing this. Come on, hey, I can't.
I gotta live here.
Yeah.
Okay, I admit that got to me.
It's time to
Let me say that as far as a musical goes, and you can see this is very musical. Look, it ain't nothing you ain't heard before. You know, usually with movies, there ain't nothing you ain't seen before. With this, it ain't nothing you ain't heard before. Look, the casting here, I have to say, for those who are listening, pretty interesting group that they pulled together. You got Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, what's his name?
James Corden.
James Corden. Interesting mix of actors that they have here. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But as far as the music goes, with, of course, this being a musical and the music is very highlighted here, it ain't some shit you ain't heard already. This follows the same structure as any other typical musical. It don't sound any different than probably most of the modern Disney movies that you've seen, Disney musicals that you have. Little Mermaid, Ariel, Bella, all of them done sang these songs already before. I would say that it's probably, because they got all the different styles in there. Because I'm thinking about everything. Like they covered all the grounds. Like they got a gospel number, they got the cabaret type number, they got the, of course they got the love ballads. They even got a little bit of a Latin cha-cha-cha going on in there. I would say it's about as musically generic that it can be in the best way possible. Because it ain't bad. The lyrics are actually pretty funny in some of the music that you hear. But, I'm sitting up there listening. I'm like, yeah, wow, man, it's almost like y'all just bought the music from generic musicals and just added words. But I would be lying if I say it wasn't fun. I wouldn't be lying if I was said, yeah, you know what? They really got an energy to them. They really do get you going. I mean, if musicals are your thing, they're corny as hell. So if musicals aren't, this ain't gonna turn you around at all.
That's the thing I thought watching this. It's like, if you're somebody who says, I don't like musicals, you should not even be here. I don't mean you shouldn't be there to watch the movie. You shouldn't be watching this review because you're just gonna be sitting there going like, well, I don't like that. Okay, hey man, this movie is not trying to convince you to like musicals. And even though I like musicals, sometimes I'm like, and this is one where everybody breaks into songs. But I was like, I'd be goddamn if I don't like these songs. And you're right, they don't feel unfamiliar. They have that same kind of, it's like what modern Broadway has been for the last 20 years or so. But somebody's doing it well. I mean, how can you fault them? I mean, there was no song not many songs that were memorable, but I was enjoying them while they were on.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed them. I mean, they even do things in here that get on my nerves with musicals. I mean, I kind of draw the line when people just start backflipping. That's the thing with me, man. Look, you could just start busting out in song. The songs can be generic, but when you start backflipping, it's one thing to spontaneously just start singing. It's another when you just start doing acrobatics just to ask a question.
Guess what today is?
What?
Promposal day!
Hey, Kaylee.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You should have just walked over here. Shit. Hit me, mine. No, I ain't going to prom, but you can fuck away from me. Like, what the hell you doing, man?
I was okay with it because it's kind of making fun of how these prom proposals are getting so elaborate.
Yeah, but like I said, man, the musical numbers are almost. I would say that they're almost to the point of self-parody.
Yeah.
That you've heard them before. Now, I don't know how much the movie meant to do that. Because as I said, it's everything that you've seen before, to the point where it's like, wow, you almost making fun of these formats of these songs? I don't think they are. I think that they just kind of just wrote a standard musical. But like I said, and like what you're saying, hey, look, they're fun. They're fun numbers, man. I mean, there's a reason why they put them in there. It wasn't because we're just fucking lazy. It's like because, look, well, maybe lazy in the sense of, well, we just pick anything. If we're going to choose something that is already out there you heard before, we're going to pick some of the better stuff that gets you going. Some of the better stuff that pulls you into the movie. I tell you, and the thing is, with some of these musical numbers, they actually combine it with the story to mislead you with what's going on. I remember the opening number. Look, I ain't going to say anything. I'm not gonna tell you what's happening. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. But that opening musical number had me thinking all these people were winning, man. I was like, oh shit,
they're bringing it.
Oh, nothing but going up from here. They opened it up in a way where everything was so nice and positive, and everybody was on top. And I was and it had me in a good mood. I mean, I was with them too. Shit, I was up there. Yes. We're doing it!
We're a hit, and I think we deserve it!
That's for sure. To Eleanor, may she run for eternity.
And I was like, yes! And then somebody grabbed that rug and like, shit! Ow! No, they set up some of these numbers to actually just mislead you, man. And that's funny.
Yeah.
That's like they did some really clever things with these musical numbers. It's almost like everything they do around just the generic music themselves is like really clever.
Yeah. That was the thing watching. It's like, you know what? These are professionals putting this on. I mean, it's Ryan Murphy, who was the showrunner on Glee, so he knows about musicals. It's just thankful like this wasn't a bunch of karaoke tunes that we've heard. It's all songs from the actual musical. But with each of the numbers, I was like, there's no bullshitting around. There's a lot. There's money spent. You know how to light it, know how to choreograph it, know how to film it. It's not half-assed.
It's just fun seeing a bunch of, I mean, you see this everywhere. This is something else that you've seen over and over again, and it's a formula that works. You always want to root for all the losers that get together. Mm-hmm. And they're the underdogs, or they're going for the big win. I mean, you can't help but root for them, and they do a good job of bringing all these people together. The way they meet at the beginning, getting drunk, the way all of them have their own sad story, the way they're all almost delusional, the way they're all narcissistic. Meryl Streep. I think Meryl Streep did really well because honestly, Meryl Streep is like that character, except she's not washed up.
Right. Well, especially the way her character was in the beginning. I was like, this sounds like this is really her.
This is her. And Meryl Streep be walking the room and she's always on. Hello, people. And she's just giving speeches and oh yes, that was so. That speech, that was nothing. I just thought of that on the spot. Meryl Streep. I say, I'm not saying she's a bad person. That's the thing.
Right,
these people are all flawed, but they're not bad people. Mm-hmm. And that's what endears you to them. And Meryl Streep, she really does capture that. She has some of the funniest moments because she's the one that embraces being a narcissist the most.
Right.
People be trying to put shit together. People be like, yes, let's put our own interests aside and let's all get together for this girl. And she's back there.
She's like, huh?
She's like reading the book.
You too, huh? What?
Oh, shit. She's barely out the door. Oh, I just going to the bathroom. She's actually she's a lot of fun in the film.
Well, especially when they get to Indiana and try to check in at the hotel. I laughed my ass off at that.
Oh yeah, no, they all have they have captured them being selfish actors very well. You see why they all have failed in life. I would say that Nicole Kidman is she has a great number in the movie. She's a chorus girl. And she doesn't have as well. She has her moments, man, in there. You know, she really does. They do a good job at making everybody in here have, if they don't have as much time as everybody else, and Nicole Kidman doesn't have as much time as Meryl Streep.
Yeah, this show is mostly Meryl Streep and James Corden.
It is. It's them, because James Corden, you can see he's gay. She is.
What does that mean? You can see he's gay.
Well, because did you just see that number when they in the middle of the street?
No, you just showing that one photo, going like, well, come on, you see.
Look at that goddamn jacket, man.
I got a jacket.
Nah, I'm about to say, I know you got that jacket, but I'm sorry, man. On you, it's cool. On him, it's very gay.
No, I don't have it, but I was looking at it going like, huh? What if I could pull that off?
You have a shirt that you can make that jacket out of. All you gotta do is add some sequins and sparkles. You be good. Nah, man. They're a very close couple, Meryl Streep. And when I say couple, like friends. He's gay. She's she's almost like his surrogate mother / best friend. And it's mostly about them. Nicole Kidman doesn't get a whole lot of times, but they do manage to give with the main characters. They give them at least one intimate, emotional scene, and they give them one musical number.
Right, and they got another guy who's with them who's not as famous, doesn't get as much time, but he gets a really great musical number in the middle.
Yeah, they're good. They're good at giving everybody these musical numbers that say what you will again about the film or about the music in the film, but they do progress the story in a certain way. There's always a message behind there. You know, it's not just
singing just to sing.
Saying, yeah, man. The movie does a good job. Also, the reason why you root for these characters here is because you were really rooting for the main girl here, which is I forgot the character's name, but the actress is Jo Ellen Pellman. And this town treats her like shit.
Yeah.
It's almost like this it's almost like this town is called Homo, Indiana.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna tell you, it's probably the safest place for black people to live as long as you ain't gay, because they ain't worried about you.
That's
they
true.
They ain't worried about the gays.
And if you went there and you went, you guys are homophobic, and they go like, yeah. It was on the sign when you drove in. What's the problem?
They can't stand this girl so much. Like you said, they're ready to burn this school down to keep prom from happening. I felt less bad for Carrie. And if you ever seen that movie, they poured pig's blood on her when she went to prom, and I still didn't feel as bad for her as I felt for this girl right here. They do something in the movie, and this is the thing that, again, you could even say it's cheap, but they do so many things, so many terribly homophobic things to her. They do one scene that I don't care if you watching the movie and like, yeah, fuck this music and it's all this corny, but I would challenge you to not be moved by this scene where they do this girl so wrong. I was watching this and I had fantasies thinking of, like, this is not even real.
What you would do to all those people.
I would have went, and I'm not going to say what happens in, but I'm just going to say, I kept thinking, I was like, if that happened to somebody I know, I would have got a bat and walked in the room and knocked all that shit down. I would have been on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I would have been
the jail.
The jail, and would have been happy for it. And they're looking at a bunch of homophobic teenagers. Back up! Back the up! Man, it was so sad.
Yeah. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was.
And you know, for a movie that's definitely not all that inventive, it still manages to catch you off guard.
Well, I mean, in this day and time where you see this happening in real life, it kind of makes the characters in here in any other situation probably would have been one-dimensional. Probably, I add a half a dimension in there. They they would have been predictable characters. There wouldn't have been too much substance to them. But, and I'm talking about one character in here in particular, Kerry Washington, who is heading up the whole homophobic movement where she just cut people off.
Yeah.
She don't even want to hear the word gay. She's the one leading up the PTA movement to stop this prom. And she does so many despicable things to undermine this girl who doesn't want to do anything but just go to a prom. It would be a flat kind of character if we didn't see this happening on the internet. If we didn't see this happening on the news. people doing the same thing she is. Your values are not good values. They're not good Christian values. They're not good human values. You're wrong. This is not. I don't want my children to see this.
This is not how we feel. It's like,
Yeah.
How are you a spokesman for everyone?
Yeah, she made me so mad in this. I felt for her one time. I got mad at the actress, and I said that's what you get, man. There was something that happened a while back, and I thought it was wrong, and I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna get one of these myself. They had these Corona masks that but it's the internet for you. For some reason, somebody saw a picture of Kerry Washington making a weird shape with her mouth and decided, you know what? I'm gonna take that and print it on a Corona mask and sell it.
Oh, dang.
That's a compliment. That's how good you were at this role. I'm glad they made a mask out of your goddamn mouth. She ain't got nothing to wear. She's gorgeous.
So
she's gorgeous, man. And she's probably getting royalties from that mask. But during the musical numbers here, they're careful not to go in and villainize people too much, man. Mm-hmm. I appreciated that they would go in and even with some of the bigots in here, no one's pointing the finger saying religion is wrong, Christianity is messed up. Mm-hmm. These bigots are evil. The message behind the movie is, people just ignorant.
Stupid. Of the messages you got on one hand, these New York Broadway liberal elitists don't know what's going on. They're clueless. On the other hand, it's like, people in small towns, they are kind of backwards and ignorant.
It's a movie that I appreciated where at least they avoided those kind of cliches right there. And that was cool, man. And yet the movie still managed to piss people off, man. And not the homophobes. The homophobes just like, fuck it, I ain't watching this shit. I don't care. They ain't mad about it at all. Like, I ain't watching it. I don't give a shit. So this is a very pro-gay film, needless to say. And the people who are mad the most are the gay people. Yeah, and it starts with the face. Now you've had black face, white face, red face, brown face, clown face. Shit, even I had this picture up here earlier. Even Gary Oldman managed to create a new category, dwarf face.
Right.
And now people here talking about, I don't like this because James Corden in here, he's pulling the gay face.
I wondered about that. I mean, and the thing is, normally in things, especially anything musical, I don't like James Corden. This is the first time I liked him in something. But I was thinking, all right, he's playing a gay character, but he himself is not gay.
No.
And while he's doing a great job, that's a role that could possibly have gone to a gay actor.
Let me I'm going to walk the line here. Because some of it is that for some reason, people just don't like James Corden either. Now, not everybody, but there's a lot of people who just like, I just don't like him.
Yeah.
I remember when he was in Cats, and real cats got mad about him being in the movie.
But no feline actors who could have had that role?
Okay? And yet you embarrass me. That's what I say to you.
Exactly. Cat's like, I could have done that shit. I could have been working.
Real action. Cut.
Get him out. Yeah.
Told you this wouldn't work.
Shit, even cats were mad at that motherfucker. They didn't point fingers at Paul's and anybody else in the movie except him. I'm offended that James Corden is playing us. But in the movie, and I understand. Look, let me just say this because I don't want to get in the middle of anything. You can't say anything right at this moment when everybody's upset. Because if I say this, people gonna get mad, and I'm gonna say it anyway. Yes, he is a straight person playing a gay role, and I understand people being upset. Now, I'm not taking any sides here. I will also say that he was actually pretty good too.
He actually made me forget that he was straight. I had to check back through my memory. I'm like, wait, is he? Because Hey, whether this is right or wrong, and it's probably wrong, but he does a great job.
Shit, he does a great job at being playing. Look, I'm just saying. I ain't saying it's right. I'm saying I understand. No, you got it. You have a right.
We're already canceled.
Yeah, I know. Shit, we've been canceled a long time ago. Martin and Corey will not be on tonight because of some stupid shit they said. Not look. But he was but you're right. I almost forgot shit. Yeah, he's about to suck that microphone right there. But
he's not overly effeminate, and he's not Nelly. It's just enough to believe him as gay.
Well, okay, that's what we.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was about to say, because I understand, because not only because I'm gonna show this clip right, because not only is he a straight guy playing a gay dude, but he's playing one of them flamboyant gay people.
I stammer, I sob. I make the audiences feel my pain, and if they don't leave depressed, then I've not done my job.
You say he ain't flam. I'm like, shit.
But he's show business flamboyant. He's Broadway flamboyant. He's not going, ooh, girl.
He's close. I mean, but yeah, I get what you're saying. No, he ain't. No, he's not.
Like, if he wasn't in show business, that would be too much.
There is a moment. The only reason why I say this, because there's a moment like, oh, honey, we must go. Please, let's go shopping. Oh, let me. Oh, that dress. What is that? The Little House on the Prairie. I'm like, oh, honey.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah. Something you want to tell me?
No. If I get to take somebody shopping, I get excited about it.
You probably say, hey, let's go shopping. Let me go get something.
I've been like, girl, I know what you need to wear. Me and you'll go, and I'll take care of it.
You put the girl in?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where
I was talking to a girl, but yes.
You said, girl, let me go. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably, yeah, okay. I'm just saying, that's why I probably
I'm secure.
I ain't saying no. Ain't no. Look, you know we beyond homophobia here. Yeah. I'm just saying, brother, be who you are. Come on out, man. You ain't gotta hide, man. Come on, let's go shopping right now. No, man. Let me see here. Like somebody said, Corey's insecure about his masculinity. Boy, you don't know the years. Boy, you should shut the fuck up right now. You don't know. I'm insecure about my masculinity. Let me tell you something, young buck. This town thought I was sucking dick for years, and I laughed it off. Mm-hmm. And still, people still say, Corey, you gay. Corey, you always talk about dick, and the reason why I do is because I don't care. Yeah. Boy, you don't know. Martin told me one time, I didn't even know it. Martin said the town of Austin said, not the gay community in Austin said, it ain't a matter if he's coming out, it's win.
Win, yeah.
Motherfuckers
That's what I was told.
They had tickets in line.
Yeah. there was some kind of pool going on.
Yeah. So whoever said that, let me pull a Martin on you. Girl, you don't know. Shit. Shit, might end up sucking your dick before it's done. James Corden can't win, man. Shit, he can't be a cat. He can't be gay. Shit, I don't know. Maybe he should just be a straight chubby British guy. You know, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm just saying, he is good. Yeah. But I do understand the argument. I completely understand.
Of course. And like I said, as I watched, I wondered about that, if that would be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, man, and apparently it is. They say people are pissed, about it. Yeah, so somebody says it's a miracle Corey ain't canceled.
Right? We living on borrowed time. I know it. It's gonna be a day. The only time you can hear this show is if you sit right over there.
Yeah. Oh, crispy computer fish. I always got something to say. Get on with the damn review. No. I get on with whatever we want to get on with. Shit, we having a good time talking. You.
Just put a chord. Me and you'll just talk about it to ourselves.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I'm having a good time. Ryan Murphy is very good at challenging. Taking on different genres, man. Yeah. You know, he's done thrillers, horror, American Horror Story. He just had Nurse Ratched on Netflix.
Yeah.
Musicals, Glee. Now he has a musical with this musical movie with original music. Well, at least from the Broadway musical. And I will say that he did really do a good job at taking what was very limited space on stage for the Broadway musical and applying it to the bigger space of film, man. It's, you know, he's done a good job at like really taking advantage of different areas, different scenes. You know, it's really cool how he's been able to expand this.
Well, I think one of those things is after all those years of doing Glee, which is, you know, television production, but it's enough for him to learn, like I mean, he probably knew already, but really how to hone the craft of how to shoot a musical that's, you know, doesn't have necessarily a movie's budget, but something close. But just that was one of the things about it, is that like, say you can't get to New York, you can't afford to go see The Prom on Broadway. This is really the next best thing, because the camera's moving all around. There's more story added. Yeah. It doesn't have to be as broad, so it appeals to a broader audience, which is ironic in itself. But yeah, he did this very, very. It's well crafted.
Well, one of the things I really admired about this was how things looked very ordinary in the world, and half of that is because maybe of budget constraints, and the other half is because they do want to make it look like that. That's done on purpose. But those moments will smoothly transition into more production, more stage value, more stage presentation. There's a moment where they're singing in homes, and, you know, then all of a sudden they play with the lighting and actually make it feel like it's, you know, it's a set meant for a musical number. I thought that was the production on that was very good. So there's a lot that they do here to expand this from the stage, and that's very admirable too. There are some things here to enjoy, even if you're not that much into musicals. But if musicals really aren't your thing, then you heard all this before. And the things you hear in this are probably the things that made you not like musicals. And I like musicals too, man. I actually love musicals, and that's why I'm able to come in and say, like, that's why I think I've heard all this before. There's certain things that they do with the writing, certain things they do very clever with the characters, certain things that they do with the music itself, besides the music itself, to actually lend itself to some of the funnier or more moving parts of the story. How did you feel about it, man, as far as, you know, leading up to your rating?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's so well put together. If you've seen, you know, if you are one of the people who saw it on Broadway, I read about what changes they've made, especially like James Corden's character is in the Broadway play is more of a Nathan Lane, and he's not really as sympathetic so much here. But this added those elements of drama. You get some great scenes between Meryl Streep and Keegan-Michael Key that have nothing to do with singing. And it's just like, man, this really grounds this. And they have such a great chemistry with each other. And Meryl Streep can sing her fucking ass off. I was like, wow, what great pipes she has. But all in all, I was shocked from how I felt when it first opened to by the end. I was like, man, this was just nothing but pure fun. I didn't even mind it being as long as it was. It was a low full price for me.
I was really surprised with Keegan-Michael Key. He's one of the more sympathetic characters in here, and he does have a musical number, and it's actually a pretty good musical number. There are people in here that I do want to say that I was impressed with, that we don't see them getting as much attention, but they do have, as I've mentioned before, they do have their showstoppers. They have a point where they get their moment. And I've always thought that Andrew Rannells I've always thought that he was funny. You know, you probably have seen him on Girls. And
is that what he's from?
That's where I remember him from. I'm sure he's been on a few other things, but he was really funny in this. You've seen him before. You probably didn't even know his name. It took me a while to realize what his name is too. But, you know, I just remember that, it's that guy from The Thing, which is funny enough because in the movie he plays that guy from The Thing.
Right.
Yeah, everybody has a time to shine. It's as I said, it's a message film, but it's a very relevant message film right now. And it's a lot more clever than I thought it would be. I can't go full price with it. I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but you heard what I said about the musical numbers. And it does borderline on anywhere from melodramatic to kind of corny for me sometimes. At the end of it, I have to admit, I was laughing, tapping my toes, kind of moving around with certain numbers, and even close to like just tearing up in some of the most tragically sad moments. But yeah, you know, it's a matinee for me, and it's you know that's good. It's not it's not a mediocre matinee or anything. It's like, hey, watch it. You can probably have fun as long as you.
As long as you like musicals, and I don't want to hear none of that.
As long as you like musicals, and as long as you like gays, you know.
There is that too.
If you're a homophobe who hates musicals, boy, this ain't it for you, man.
Well, who knows? Maybe it'll turn you around on both.
Or not. You know what I hate? Them goddamn homos just bust out singing. Never mind. Cut that shit off.
2 hours later. No, man, that was beautiful though.